What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I'm Isaac, and today this is the trade breakdown, for Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. And just to give you some insight, let's get right up into it. Remember, we had this 2,800 pip, 17% drop, right? Sorry, I'm just working on my trade journal for these last 2 weeks here. And we've seen that price broke below the weekly support level, using it as resistance. So this turned into a support to the resistance, or some people like to call it a supply and demand area. Once price broke above that last Monday here, broke above and was able to reach up to the 61% or 70% golden zone ILC before it dropped back down and broke structure to the downside. Now, when it did that, price rejected this area more than a few times, right? But once it broke above it, we knew that there was a good chance it could continue to move up. And one thing that my buddy let me know this morning was that he's seen that price had reject the 30 EMA a couple times, right? The 30-minute 20 EMA a couple times. So you see the rejections here, a couple rejections here, and he was thinking it could possibly reject right here as well. So what I did was I drew out my Fibonacci from the bottom of this wick here to the top of this wick here. Got down to the smaller time frames. We see that the 15-minute, 30-minute, 50% ILC, right? So we've seen that this is a real level that could be respected, right? And I thought even possibly even better than the 30-minute 20 EMA was the 15-minute 50 EMA that could be matched up right here, right? Because we kind of seen that yesterday or a couple days ago. Forgot where it was. A couple days ago. But so this was our original trade right here. This is what I drew out, and I thought it could come up to these levels right here at the 61%. It was just the next level to be hit. From what I've seen here, this is a 30-minute, or I think it's a 1 hour. I'm sorry. Let's see. Well, you can see the 1 hour 50 EMA right, or 1 hour ILC right here, but this is a strong level that I've had for some time, right? Actually, it was a previous golden zone ILC that I took a buy off of, thinking price would push up from here, but it broke below it. So now it did use it as a little bit of resistance. Well, let's go ahead and see. I thought that it was possible that it could come up and use this as the resistance level right at about 200 pips from this area. So let me go ahead and get back to it. This is about 6 a.m. right here, right? 6 o'clock. And you could see right here what price is doing, right? Kind of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, rejecting the 5-minute 20 EMA. Let me show you what price does right before open. I seen that, and I drew this line out right here, right? You could go ahead and check the live stream because I just seen that it was another supply and demand area, right? A strong level. A relatively strong level for where it's at, right? Let's get down to the 1-minute chart, and you can see right here at 6:30 I was thinking about taking a south, thinking possibly higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. That was what I was thinking, but I didn't want to overtrade and go against the trend. I thought, you know, we're just really up in an uptrend. But one thing that happened was that price rejected this area, came down, and I thought break a structure right here, right? My thinking was a break a structure to the downside once it broke this. Well, a possible break, right? But what happened was there was a push above this 1-minute 50 EMA. Show you what it does here. Right, still haven't entered anything. Have not entered anything at this point. 5-minute 50 EMA, but right here I see price break above the 50 EMA, right? Because I was waiting for the buy here, but once it came back down, I thought that there was a good chance that it can push up. So that's when I entered this trade right here. Boom, entered that trade, was able to catch a couple pips. Move my stops to break even because I know we were at the top of this formation right here, and eventually pretty quickly stopped out within a minute, right? I think I lost a couple dollars right there, but nothing crazy. Was able to pull most of my position. But once that happened, I seen that there was a good chance price broke below, respected this 50 EMA right at this point, and then what I was thinking was we could see price reject it and come down. So I actually entered a sell at this point, thinking, okay, we had the break of structure right here, so let's go ahead and take the sell to the downside, right? And that's what I did. We took the sell to the downside, got a nice push. I was hoping to go ahead and take profits down at this level right here, but look at what price does. Comes down. I think I pulled some at 33 pips. Pulled most a 0.01 of my position. I had a 0.04 at 33 pips. Rejected this area a couple times and just reversed back on us. All right. Let's see if we can get it to speed up a little bit. Yeah, so I was waiting for it to break below here and really come down to these levels right here, but it never did. And as you can see, price eventually made its way up. I actually entered another sell at this point, thinking it rejected this area again, and I was eventually stopped out. Right? So I was stopped out of the trade, and I noticed that, you know, if you were to draw the Fibonacci from this top Fibonacci high to this low, that it was a clean IOC to go ahead and take a sell down, but I noticed this after the fact. You seen it come up to the 70%, cleanly reject it, and you know, I just didn't take the trade, right? So didn't take the trade, and price came down to our levels down here. All right, let me go ahead and see. So I didn't catch this trade to the downside. I missed it, but I was able to enter after price touched this level. Once price touched this level right here and gave this tweezer top, and I seen that this was a key level, right? I drew this out on my Fibonacci as well, or not on my Fibonacci, on my MT4. I like to draw out this level right here, and I say it all the time, this W formation, boom, right? Higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then it pushes up to the upside. And once I seen it, right, we were looking for a potential buy at this area, right, off the 15-minute 30 EMA, but also from the call that my buddy made, a rejection off the 30-minute EMA, 30-minute 20 EMA, right, which is what happened. So as soon as I seen this rejection right here, I knew it was go time. And I waited for price to give me a decent entry, or I waited for price to kind of like give me something to show that it was going to go up, and that was the very next candle in which I entered this position here, and then I entered another position up here and was able to go ahead and ride this thing for about 68 pips. The most is 68 pips that I got from it, but I had 2.03s, waited for price to go ahead and push above the 50 EMA, use it as support, and break up to the upside. The one thing I wasn't patient with this trade, right? And I think that's one thing I have to do is start focusing more on the pips, because I have been focusing on the dollars, closing trades early, because I am happy with the dollar amount, instead of letting the trade kind of complete to fruition, right? But I held on to my trade through all of this, right? I pulled half at 55 pips. I pulled half of my 0.03 at 55 pips, so I was able to get about 160 off of that position. And then I held my other 0.03 through all of this muck and bullshit, waiting for it to break above, right? Move my stops below here, below this level here, and price was eventually able to go ahead and push up to the upside. I again took a position at 68 pips, matching this high, thinking price would push up. I pulled a 0.01 at this level right here, and then as price was pushing up, got excited, didn't pull any positions at this point, and then eventually price kind of just came down, right? Started moving down, but I was thinking higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Is what I was thinking would be happening right here, right? So I pulled a second 0.02 at this level, at about 51 pips, I believe, a 0.01, and then I had a 0.01 runner. I moved my stops below this level right here, right? I just thought, okay, it's got to respect the higher highs and higher lows. So I moved my stops below this level at about 43 pips. Is that it? No. So, okay, I think it was this one. So just below this level here, I moved my stop loss, 43 pips into profit. And the reason I moved it to there is so I can secure a $400 day, right? And let me just go ahead and show you what happened. Price kind of consolidated and played in this range for a while. And me and my buddy were talking about it, like, I'm not too sure it's going to break, you know, to the upside because it's playing so long up in this area right here. And good thing for my guy, he held on to his position the entire way up. He actually added positions on his way up and was able to catch basically this entire trade. Me, unfortunately, I was stopped out after price came down and broke this level right here, which I believe it happens right there. Break of structure happened, or I'm sorry, the break of my stop loss happened right there, and I want to show you what price does. I actually just seen that it tapped this area that I had drawn out right here. You see these? Wow, that's crazy. Don't tell me it goes up from here. Another W, right? A little bit. Let's see if it pushes up. Man, this area really was strong. I had no idea it was doing this. If I was on my charts at this time, I would have definitely held my trade if I seen this right here, because this is ridiculous. Seeing it now. Even if it's under here, you could see that the respect is clearly being shown here after a rejection at a key level. So this is a confirmation to push up to the upside. Once it breaks above the 50 EMA and uses it as support, that's basically more confirmation that you can, if you want to, add position and see that this trade is gonna, you know, make its way up to the upside. So I was eventually stopped out here at 43 pips on my last position. I did secure myself a $400 day, but I really did miss out on some big money trades, right? Well, a big money trade if I would have just left in my position. Even if you leave in the 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, half of your position, which is what I'm supposed to do, you know, that's basically an additional, what was this total trade? 209 pips. That's like an additional 350 bucks, 360 bucks. So, you know, eventually the trade made its way up to the upside and, you know, hit our take profit exactly where we wanted to. And even a little bit past it. And you could see kind of goes in and out. And it's crazy because you see it here, and my buddy held through all this shit. So this is what I need to get better at, is just holding through all of this, right? And you could see the trade just creating higher highs and higher lows, right? Using this resistance now as a support level, pushed up to the upside and hit our take profit and some. So we did have a good idea for the trade. We had a good trade in here, but we just didn't I just didn't execute the way that I should have executed on this trade. Held my position and let it go, you know, throughout the rest of the day. It hit our position at 1:30 p.m. Our target at 1:30 p.m. So this would have been the longest trade that I would have ever been in, because I've never been in a trade for, you know, 6 hours, 7 hours. But you know, it's something that you got to learn if you really want to get good at this game. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys were able to learn something from this, just like I did, on, you know, potentially keeping your trades in, using your levels, using your key levels, supply and demand areas. But yeah, you know, overall it was a good day. We were able to go ahead and profit, and that's always a good day in the market. So go ahead and follow that Instagram page at Day Trade with Zay. Like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 6:15 a.m. for the live stream. Thank you.